Hello, good morning.
Sir, good morning, sir. Namaskar and welcome, sir.
Good morning, Mrs.
Sir, thank you for joining. We'll start the event right now.
Good morning and namaskar to one and all present online and offline. I, Rita Singh, on behalf of the entire fraternity of Odisha State Open University, would take the privilege to welcome all the distinguished dignitaries, galaxies of intellectuals, esteemed members, invited guests, our dear learners onto this historic event, 8th Foundation Day of Odisha State Open University. First of all, I would like to thank all of you present here for sparing your valuable time and participating in this event to encourage us. The webinar will be commenced by the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony and chanting of sloka, followed by the welcome address and the introduction of guests by Honorable Vice Chancellor of Odisha State Open University, Professor Arka Kumar Das Mahapatra sir. Presentation of annual report by esteemed Registrar of Odisha State Open University, Professor Manas Ranjan Pujari, release of University Profile 2023, and address by the Chief Guest, Professor T.V. Kattamani Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh, deliberation of Foundation Day lecture by the Guest of Honor, Professor Santosh Panda, former Chairman, NCTE, New Delhi, and Director, Stride IGNOU. Last but not the least, deliberation of vote of thanks by Shri Nalini Ranjan Sarangi, Controller of Finance, Odisha State Open University. Atithi Devo Bhava. Our guest is our God. Having said this, I would once again extend a hearty and humble welcome to all our distinguished guests onto this event. Invoking the name of God before commencing an auspicious day or event has been a vital practice of our culture. Hence, I would request our technical team to please proceed with the virtual lamp lighting ceremony.
Kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada Shubham kurutvam kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada Shatru buddhi vinashaya Deepajyotir namostute Deepajyotir namostute Shubham kurutvam kalyanam Arogyam dhanasampada Shubham kurutvam kalyanam Arogyam dhanasampada.
Thank you so much. May the goddesses of knowledge shower blessing on all of us. Moving on, I would now quote famous author and orator John Maxwell. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. The reason I quoted this line is because the person I'm going to invite now is a man of efficiency and precision, a leader with an eclectic vision, a teacher who carries an ocean of wisdom within. I take it as a deep privilege to invite Professor Arka Kumar Das Mahapatra Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Odisha State Open University, to preside over the meeting with a welcome address and introduce our guest. Sir, please.
Thank you, Orita. Namaskar and good morning to one and all present online and offline in the 8th Foundation Day celebration of Odisha State Open University. Professor T.V. Kattamani, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh, and the Chief Guest on this occasion, Professor Santosh Panda, Director, Stride IGNOU, and today's guest of honor, who will also deliver the Foundation Day lecture, distinguished guests and invitees, esteemed members of Board of Management, Academic Council, Planning Committee, Finance Committee of Odisha State Open University, members from Government of Odisha and the Department of Higher Education, as well as from the Department other departments and officers of the Raj Bhavan, faculty, staff, learners, alumni, officers, and all other stakeholders of Odisha State Open University, representatives from media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure on my part to extend a hearty welcome to you all to the 8th Foundation Day. It is an honor to have you amidst us today. Odisha State Open University came into being with effect from 10th June 2015. The foundation stone was laid by the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Naveen Patnaik ji. Since then, the university has endeavored to carry forward the mission of reaching out to the unreached in the form of providing higher education to those who cannot afford to pursue their studies in a conventional university or institute for various reasons. In the process, we are also contributing in a significant manner to improving the gross enrollment ratio in higher education. The university started with a modest enrollment of 223 learners in 2015, against which we have over 42,000 active learners today. We have our presence in all the 30 districts of Odisha through 5 regional centers and 96 study centers, including 6 special study centers in the circle jails. At present, we are offering 14 PG, 11 undergraduate, and a few advanced diploma and certificate programs. We charge a modest fee to make our programs affordable to all. For the jail inmates, it is entirely free as long as they are inside the jail. We adopt multi-pronged strategy to make our academic programs qualitatively rich and contemporary. We have 25 active MOUs for academic collaborations with prominent institutions. Few more such MOUs are in the pipeline, including one to be signed with the Odisha State Disaster Management Authority soon. We organize webinars, seminars, and workshops at regular intervals to keep pace with the changing environment and the latest developments. We have never compromised on quality. At least 6 of our learners have cleared UGC NET recently. Some of them have already cleared SSB and have joined the teaching profession also. Our efforts are on to launch about 25 job-oriented and skill and competency-based programs in areas like data science, cyber security, artificial intelligence and machine learning, web development and graphic design, financial literacy, stock trading, GST, entrepreneurship, media and creative writing, etc. Our prime motto has always been to provide access and equity in higher education and to promote inclusive and wholesome education, notwithstanding accessibility and geographical barriers. We encourage learn and earn as an integral part of our approach to help the learners to earn while they continue to learn. We operate within the framework of ODL regulations as issued by UGC from time to time. We are already a member of NAD and ABC. We are in the NAC accreditation process as per the ODL guidelines 2020, despite having limitations in terms of physical and human infrastructure at present. We see a colossal growth in the open and distance learning, and as a university, we wish to take this as an opportunity to move forward by consolidating our current activities in one hand and introducing more value-added skill development and employment-oriented programs on the other. We heavily depend on the support and cooperation from the colleges and universities where we have our study centers. Some of these study centers are doing wonderful, and I record my appreciation for the same. I expect a little more vibrance from the other study centers, from where the support and cooperation is relatively weak. With these words, I sincerely and wholeheartedly welcome you all once again. Before I hand over to the host, let me have the privilege to introduce our guest, Professor G.V. Katimani, the Honorable Vice Chancellor and Vice Chancellor of its Central Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh, is the chief guest today. Let me have the privilege of introducing him. He has a long biodata, and I know the time will not permit me to read all. I'll read out a part of that. Professor G.V. Katimani is a renowned personality in the field of literature and higher education. He has established himself as a well-known figure in literature, well-versed in creative writing with a social commitment, has produced many literary works of high quality in different forms of literature. His contributions are very high as a critic and translator. Literature for him is the most powerful medium to unite people and elaborate the real social scenario, which makes people to think, struggle, and be culturally aware. As a translator, G.V. Katimani has translated many literary and non-literary texts from Kannada to Hindi, Hindi to Kannada, Gujarati to Kannada, and English to Hindi. While translating, he also is inclined in the study of comparative literature with a view to show the Indianness and composite culture spread by the writings of different Indian languages. Born into a deprived tribal family in Koppal district of Karnataka, Professor Katimani has lived his young life with challenges. In most dire situations, he never felt hopeless, but fought with them with courage and learnt the ways of life which came into his path. These experiences taught him to think about the people of deprived class of the society and try to help them in overcoming their agonies. At an early age, he worked for them, he fought for them, and made some significant steps to help them. Professor Katimani is a person of character. He is a hard worker, always working sincerely for a purpose. His hard work, honesty, and farsightedness made him a man of action, which made him gradually a legendary educationist and a man of literature who is continuously working for the common man in India. He is currently serving as the founder vice chancellor of Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh, prior to which he has also served as the vice chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Tribal University, Amarkanta. He has many awards and accolades to his credit, like the Karnataka Rajya Sabha Award, the second highest civilian award in Karnataka for his remarkable contribution towards higher education. He is a member of the National Steering Committee for National Curriculum Framework Development. He is a member of the the National Education Policy 2020. As I said, the list is long. So, sir, I restrict myself here. I extend a hearty welcome on my own and as well as on behalf of the Odisha State Open University for kindly accepting our invitation at a very short intimation and for gracing the occasion. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Das. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now let me have again the privilege of introducing Professor Santosh Panda, the honorable guest for us today, the guest of honor. Professor Santosh Panda is a professor from 1997. Currently, he is the director, Staff Training and Research Institute, Indira Gandhi National Open University. He was also the chairperson, National Council for Technical Education, Government of India, Director of Policy and Research Association of Indian Universities, Director, Center of Flexible Learning, the University of South Pacific, Fiji, and founder director of Inter-University Consortium for ICT at IGNOU. He has a PhD in education, and he is a Fulbright postdoctoral fellow from US. He holds certificates in education TV from BBC UK and certificate in online teaching from Maryland, USA. He is a visiting professor to different universities in London, Beijing, the Beijing Normal University, and Mexico. He has presented keynotes and workshops in about 25 countries and presented the convocation address in 5 universities. He is the chief editor of Scopus Indexed Referred Journal, the Journal of Learning for Development of the Commonwealth of Learning, Canada. The chief editor of Indian Journal of Open Learning, which is a UGC care journal. And in fact, the list is pretty long. So again, Professor Panda, I welcome you for accepting our invitation. And I know this will be a memorable day to have you and have Professor Katimani, the stalwarts in the field. And we are deeply obliged to both of you, me individually, personally, as well as from the institution point of view. I welcome both of you. I welcome all the guests, all the invitees, everyone who has got connected with us today. And this is live streamed. So I know there will be many more who will not be visible here in this screen. So I extend a hearty welcome to every one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Over to Rita.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom. We are really fortunate to have your guidance and support all through. Moving on, now, may I take the opportunity to request Professor Manas Ranjan Pujari, esteemed Registrar of Odisha State Open University, to present the annual report of Odisha State Open University. Sir, please.
Thank you, Rita. Very good morning to all present online in this meeting. Esteemed President of the Foundation Day meeting, Professor A.K. Das Mahapatra, Vice Chancellor of Odisha State Open University. Honorable Chief Guest of the meeting, Professor T.B. Katimani, Vice Chancellor, Central Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh. Esteemed Guest of Honor, Professor Santosh Panda, former Chairman, NCT, New Delhi, and Director, STRIDE, IGNOU. Respective members of Board of Management, Academic Council, Planning Board, and Finance Committee of Odisha State Open University, coordinators of study centers, academic counselors, officers of Department of Higher Education, and officers of Chancellor's Office at Bhubaneswar, alumni, faculties, and staff of OSOU, my beloved learners, representative of print and electronic media, and ladies and gentlemen, present online. It is my proud privilege to present before you all the annual report of Odisha State Open University for the academic session 22-23. OSOU was established on 10 June 2015 through an act of the Odisha Legislative Assembly with the purpose of providing inclusive and quality education at affordable price to the needy, poor, and the deprived sections of the students of all age groups through the ODL mode across the state of Odisha. We are providing higher education to the learners who cannot get admission in a regular college or university because of higher cut-off marks. Those who want to earn while studying come to us. The housewives who could not complete their studies due to family compulsions have the opportunity to graduate from us. Also, the in-service people study in Odisha State Open University for value addition. We have learners in all age groups, that is 17 to 77, and from all diverse fields of the society. We have truly become a household name in Odisha. The university has lived up to its expectation and is striving hard to move ahead and achieve excellence in its endeavor. The academic session 22-23 has been eventful for us. The university has established 12 numbers of new study centers during the year. Now we have a total of 96 study centers established in different universities and government-aided colleges spread across the state. We have set a target to establish 100 study centers, which will be achieved in not so distant future. I am happy to inform that we have established special study centers inside jail premises for the convicts and under trial prisoners. And the jail centers are in Sambalpur, Berhampur, Chaudhar, Bhubaneswar, and Jaipur. There are 172 numbers of jail inmates who have taken admission in different programs in these study centers. We have 2,338 academic counselors drawn from faculties of different universities and colleges of Odisha. The university operates through its 5 regional centers located at Sambalpur, Bhubaneswar, Berhampur, Jaipur, and Baleshwar. The university is currently offering 29 academic programs, which include 14 postgraduate and 11 undergraduate, 4 diploma and 1 certificate program. In the last academic cycle, that is July 2022 alone, 38,210 students have taken admission, which includes fresh and re-registration cases. A total of 61,694 learners have taken admission in OSOU since its establishment. Apart from the counseling classes being conducted in different study centers, the university has conducted 1,393 online counseling sessions for the learners to help them remain updated in their studies. The university successfully conducted the term and examination in June 2022, wherein 6,025 students passed the examinations and were awarded degrees. Not long ago, we used to encounter a very familiar query, whether the degree of OSOU is valid and recognized. Is it equivalent to the regular degrees of other universities? Though UGC has recognized the ODL degree as equivalent to degree obtained from regular university, it was difficult to convince people. In the last SSB lectureship examinations, 2 of our MAOD students, that is MA in Odia learners, they were selected and are now working in government aided colleges. Ms. Padmini Mayer is now posted at Gandhi Mahavidyalaya, Rourkela, and Mr. Lambodar Pradhan is working in Rampur College, M. Rampur. In fact, Mr. Pradhan used to work in the police department earlier and before his selection as an SSB lecturer. So it puts to rest all doubts regarding the validity of the degrees of Odisha State Open University, and it also proves the power of distance education. OSOU has conducted 6 national webinars during the year 22-23, in which academics from reputed institutions and organizations acted as resource persons. The university has signed a total number of 4 MOUs during the year 2023, namely with Nalanda University, Jharkhand University, Usha Martin University, and Odisha Knowledge Corporation Limited. The MOUs focus on development of skill-based modular courses, capacity building of faculties, faculty exchange, mutual use of SLMs, certification, and academic collaborations, etc. On the eve of Utkal Divas, the Alumni Association of the university organized quiz competition in Odia in English in virtual mode for the learners of the university, and successful learners were provided with certificates. The university organized the Vigilance Awareness Week from 26th October to 1st November, in which the Honorable Vice Chancellor, along with all the staff members, took a place to work towards a corruption-free India and follow the path of honesty and integrity in personal and professional life. OSOU, in collaboration with NSCB College Sambalpur, organized the 42nd Annual National Conference of Odisha Commerce Association from 10th December to 11th December 2022. The university observed its 5th Foundation Day on 9th May 2023 in Tapaswini Auditorium near Panthaniva, Sambalpur. Professor Damodar Acharya, former Director IIT Kharagpur and former Chairman AICT, graced the occasion as the chief guest. 6,025 learners were awarded degrees and diplomas, and 35 meritorious learners received university gold medals in different programs in the convocation. OSOU has applied to NAAC for its accreditation. The university has uploaded the IAQ report and is awaiting clearance from NAAC to submit the SSR. The university has a number of deficiencies as regards its accreditation, that is in the form of regular staff, both teaching and non-teaching, and adequate infrastructure. Though there are limitations, we hope to get over it and accredit it despite all odds. OSOU has been functioning from a temporary accommodation inside the GM University campus. Now we are awaiting completion of the permanent campus at Badsingari Moja near Gosala. The administrative building and the compound wall are nearing completion. The infrastructure are developed from a grant received from the under the Odisha Higher Education Program for Equity and Excellence of Higher Education Department. We have received a grant of nearly 15 crore rupees for the purpose. Recently, the government of Odisha has sanctioned an additional amount of rupees 2.8 crore under infrastructure grant for completion of 5 additional projects which are required for achieving full functionality of the campus. We hope to shift to the permanent campus in another 3 months' time. Further, I would like to inform you that the Honorable Chief Secretary of Odisha had convened a meeting on the 10th of April 2023, in which the Development Commissioner, the Principal Secretary Higher Education, the representatives from Odisha State Open University, namely the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar, and representatives of finance departments were present. And it was decided that the university would get 43 teaching and 10 non-teaching posts soon. We hope the administrative procedures would be completed soon for creation of those sanctioned posts. Odisha State Open University is still a very young university. We are trying to live up to the expectations of all our stakeholders and realize the vision of the university. Our aim is to provide high quality education to all and make higher education accessible to all across the state. The journey has just begun and we have a long way to go. With your blessings and cooperation, we can fulfill the heavy responsibility that is bestowed upon us. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with the achievement of Odisha State Open University. Now comes the awaited moment of today's event, when we will introduce the profile of the university. Profile is the mirror image of the university and illustrates the various academic activity and achievements in the last academic year. May I now request Professor T.V. Kattamani, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh, to please release the University Profile 2023 and to declare the University Profile released. Sir, please.
Technical team.
I declare the university profile is released. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. These are the pages of the profile 23. Move first.
Great.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to felicitate our guest. Felicitating our guest is a way of showing our gratitude and thanking them for their kind presence. May I request my colleague to kindly facilitate our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to felicitate our chief guest with a token of appreciation.
Sir, please switch on your camera, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Professor Kattamani, sir, this is. Yeah. Is it okay? Sir, this is a token of love from all of us, from the
Thank
university.
you. Thank you.
And sir,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
the most welcome, sir. And we'll see that it reaches you, safe. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I received.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to please facilitate our guest of honor, Professor Santosh Panda.
Professor Panda, again, token of love and appreciation from all of us, from the entire family of Odisha State Open University. Please acknowledge this
Sir,
and
thank
do
you very
lyrics
much.
to
Thank you
Sandy.
very much, sir. Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I'll request our chief guest, Professor T.V. Kattamani, sir, to please address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you. Good morning to all. Professor A.K. Mahapatra Das ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Odisha State Open University, a revered scholar, my close friend, Professor Santosh Panda, who, my good friend, registrar, my colleagues, non-teaching staff, my friend. Thank you very much for inviting me on the eve of 8th foundation day of this university. Yes, as rightly said by the registrar, it is a young university. We can say it is a baby university, but Professor Das is a great person, always trying to push university, trying to reach the unreached, and trying to connect with the other world. You know, I am so happy to hear your new campus is ready. You are in a process to transfer your campuses. You got to run the university. I congratulate you, Professor Das, for your continuous efforts to reach Bhubaneswar, the state government, to get funds, to get positions. It's all, why chancellor is, should work as a manager. We have to reach the people, convince the CM, convince the chief secretary, convince the principal secretary of education department, and convince the CSR to get funds, and convince our team, maybe permanent, maybe for excellence. Then only people support our staff, support the students. I congratulate you at this event, Professor Das. You have wonderful doyen. He's the number one in the world. Professor Panda is a part of the hill in Odisha state, where tribal people are there, minorities, where schools are not there, where they doesn't have any financial support to get the. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Oh, okay. I may be excused. Actually, I'm in Dharwad, in a jungle, little higher side in our family goat farm. I'm sitting and talking.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. So the way you, Professor Das, you are reaching the people, you are forwarding and trying to, take your teachers and non-teaching staff. Once I had a privilege to visit your campus, and I have a privilege to meet your colleagues, teaching and non-teaching. We are very young and very, charming personality. You are also young and charming. Let us go together. It's only possible. You can see how IGNOU is designing courses, how IGNOU is reaching the unreached, how IGNOU is collaborating with new technologies, adaptation of new technologies and new skill patterns. And since you are from young generation, vice chancellor of young generation, you are very good, comfortable with technology. You are comfortable with Wi-Fi. You are comfortable with. I request you to make procedures, make syllabus, make reading material offline and online. Other institutions and as well as technologies also, because the traditional MA in Odia, MA in Hindi, MA in English, let us you try to minimize these things. How Odia students, Odia people can develop a skill of translation with the help of technology, will the help of computer, with the help of new Google translation, other translations. Try to inculcate these things so that so see, for example, a security guard has registered our university for a degree in computer science, for a degree in translation technology, and he will aspire for a higher position. If he will get a chance to study in this university, definitely he will be happy to go to higher position. Professional translator, professional content creator, professional advertisement writer, professional story writer, professional other things, so that Indian languages are in trouble, and Indian languages are unable to sell their own goods and productions. But out of Odia, out of Hindi, out of English, we can see a new skills, we can see a new way of employment. World Economic Forum is talking about many jobs which we are having are going to going to be dropped, and new skills out of this education, out of these jobs, now new skills and job opportunities will come. I request you, ask your young team, young colleagues to reach the world class institutions online, and the job opportunities, skills which are coming after 2 years, after 5 years, after 10 years, after 20 years, uh, continuously 24 into 7. World Economic Forum is working on that. Let us utilize these informations who are available freely, who are available on open forum, and we can we should be able to make our syllabus, make our courses, new design, and even new way of making syllabus as well as course material, reading materials. Now everything is available on. We can utilize, and accordingly we can make our students, they should feel, yes, we should not go to other institutions where fees are high, and we can work here, day and night, and we can pursue our education through, so that our intake of university registration should go high. With these few words, my dear friend, young friend, Professor Das, I congratulate you. I congratulate the officers, registrars, finance officer, and other my colleagues. See, tomorrow is yours. As rightly said by registrar, we have to go a long way, and to a walker, to a climber, there is no end. I congratulate you all. You have a bright future. You have a bright tomorrow, and you are going to get new building. You are going to get new positions. I pray the Almighty. You must be able to appoint your own teachers out of your own internal resources. That's possible if we all work together, integrate our strengths, integrate the strengths of IGNOU, integrate the strengths of other institutions who are available. I congratulate you all and express my heartfelt thanks to all for inviting me for patient hearing. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sir. We are indeed honored of having a great intellect like you in this platform. And hearing something from you is really like the cherry on the cake. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Moving on, it's a
Thank you.
privilege. Moving on, it's a privilege to invite Professor Santosh Panda, Director, Staff Training and Research Institute of Distance Education, IGNOU, to please deliver the foundation lecture. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Professor Kattimani Garu, the Chief Guest, Founding Vice Chancellor of Central Tribal University in Andhra Pradesh, and the former Vice Chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Tribal University in Amarkantak, where I had also visited, the privilege to visit that university, an excellent university that he has developed. And I'm pretty sure the Central Tribal University is founding Vice Chancellor. He will make the university as an excellent university. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Odisha State Open University, Professor Kumar Das Mahapatra sir, Registrar Dr. Manas Pujari ji, the Controller of Finance, Dr. Nalini Sarangi ji, all distinguished statutory body members, the regional centers, study centers, distinguished faculty, staff, invited guests, the students, and our media colleagues. I take this opportunity to very sincerely thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor and the team to have given me an opportunity to deliver the Foundation Day, 8th Foundation Day lecture of the Odisha State Open University. Before that, let me appreciate our brother and friend Kattimani Garu, who has led in many different ways in the country. He has been the founding member of the National Education Policy 2020. He's also member of the National Curriculum Framework Drafting Committee with Dr. Kasturi Rangan as the chair. But most importantly, because I'll be talking about NEP 2020, so therefore let me also put on record the book that Professor Kattimani Garu has brought out. Is an excellent book, sir. I must tell you, you were joining from your farm, but it was nice to see you and hear you from a very remote place as you are.
Thank you, Panda.
You are for tribal,
Thank
Dalit, and their upliftment and women. You are the champion of that. And your book, sir, NEP 2020, the game changer. I got a chance. You had showed me the book, but I could get hold of the book, an excellent book, and which provides a dynamic, functional foundation to the implementation of NEP 2020 in the country. Unfortunately, a few days back, the Karnataka government, the new government, has declared that they will reverse the NEP implementation in the state, though the Karnataka state and the state of Madhya Pradesh in 2020 itself, they had implemented the fourth batch. The fourth year, the first graduates of NEP 2020 4-year program are coming out this year. So I hope, sir, you will make some intervention in the state to convince that they should go forward with the implementation of NEP 2020, which you have with Dr. Kasturi Rangan and the team laid the foundation of a very reformative, futuristic, forward-looking, visionary national policy almost after 30 years of the last policy was promulgated. So thank you once again, sir. And
thank you,
I also
Professor.
put on record, sir.
Thank you.
I also put on record the work done by the founding Vice Chancellor, Dr. Srikant Mahapatra ji, for the Odisha State Open University, which the Honorable Vice Chancellor today, Professor Das Mahapatra ji, has taken forward to new heights. I know I'm aware of the constraints, but he, as you rightly said, Kattimani sir, that he has been in tandem with the state government, the machineries, along with the registrar and the Comptroller of Finance, working in tandem to take the baby university into new heights. The university is well established, and with the new campus, they will be shifting, and the 25 new professional programs they will be introducing, besides the 30 programs that are existing already, with almost 62,000 cumulative students and 42,000 students who are active, and 6,000 or 7,000 students have already graduated. And this is an excellent achievement, I must tell. 5 convocations they have already conducted, and we look forward to the 6th convocation that will be coming up. And there are graduates who are well placed now, and 6 graduates have cleared NET-JRF, which is an achievement, which I'm pretty sure in the website would have been highlighted. So with this brief, new faculty positions, 43 teaching and 10 not teaching, I wish, and I can only wish, but I can also request our authorities in the state government. I was a member of the most full movement of the Honorable Chief Minister, who was the chair of the committee, and for a few initial founding years, but now most full movement has moved forward. I think, therefore, the open distance learning and the open university movement in the state should also go forward. I request through this presentation, our Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Education Minister, Sri Rohit Pujariji, to kindly facilitate the state open university, which is for the deprived, the disadvantaged, and for those who would otherwise not been able to get into higher education and professional education and skill-based education. And I wish that the state government would come forward to facilitate. And I'm very hopeful that Professor Das Mahapatra and the team, with their very dynamic leadership, they would be in a position to contribute to the strong foundation and sustainability of Odisha State Open University, which is my state actually, and therefore I become a little emotional. But with this, with your permission, if you allow me, that let me share my screen and proceed to the presentation. I hope you are able to see these. I'm presenting this in front of Professor Kartimani, who has written the National Education Policy, but I still dare to do so. And with his blessings, let me present how things are happening today and how the National Education Policy is coming up. In fact, the Tamil Nadu government, which was averse to National Education Policy, they created their state education policy, has now come forward to implement. The West Bengal government, Didi was dead against the National Education Policy for political reasons, but now, a few days back in the State Assembly, they have declared that they will implement the National Education Policy. At the end, I will show you that the Government of India, Minister of Education, has given us the training of 15 lakh college and university teachers on National Education Policy, to which Professor Kartimani Garu has also contributed very authoritative video on disadvantaged language and issues relating to National Education Policy, which I will show at the end. So many state governments are now coming forward. We are into training of administrators and college and university teachers for the implementation of National Education Policy. Our 14th batch is coming up very soon from Monday 12th. 13 batches have completed, almost 70,000 teachers have joined in already. And fortunately, I have the honor to become the national coordinator of that, implementing in the country. So let me proceed with my presentation. So friends, as you see on your screen, hopefully you are able to see the screen, and I will just highlight a few points and get into move forward. The National Education Policy, as Kartimani Garu will vouch for that, they have tried their best to they call it a game changer, or there is a paradigm shift in the education system in the country, with structural changes, functional changes, organizational changes, and changes across border education delivery, including technology-enabled learning, and a whole lot of emphasis on research in the National Education Policy. But let me highlight quite a few things that in our present context, it would make sense. Access, equity, inclusivity, quality, and therefore gross enrollment ratio has been the major issue, and therefore the open universities and open and distance learning online systems should be given more flexibility more leverage to contribute to the gross enrollment ratio. And that's what the national education policy also talks about. In fact, the ODL regulation and online regulation joining together, the 2022 revised regulation and the national education policy 2020, they have categorically spelled out that there will be equivalence irrespective of the delivery mode, whether one is doing face-to-face, distance, online, flipped, or blended. So all put together, I will also bring in subsequently the National Credit Framework, which was promulgated finally last month by the NCVET, Minister of Skilling, Education, UGC, ICT joining together, which has settled once for all the once for all settled the issue of equivalency and the parity of ST. I will bring that issue subsequently within a minute or two, but let me also spell out the foundation stone of the national education policy is situating our education system in our Indian culture and values, in our regional and national languages. We call it national language or Rajbhasha, Hindi, which Kattimaran Garu is an expert in that, as also tribal languages. So Indian culture and values, that is the primary issue, and therefore, as we have been influenced by the British English system of education, which considerably has damaged, though it has significantly contributed our connection to the Western world, but it has also exploited our culture. And therefore, we have to reverse it back, and we have the capacity, and therefore the national education policy strongly vouches for situating our education system, the entire education system, in our Indian culture and values, the Bharatiya Jnana Parampara, Bharatiya Dharohar, the Indian knowledge system. It also talks about that our teaching learning has been pretty theoretical. Let us put theory into practice and pedagogy in context. It talks about multidisciplinary, holistic education, multidisciplinary institutions and programs. The UGC document has come out on multidisciplinary institutions programs. I was a member of the committee, and an excellent report that has come up how institutions and programs and departments have to become multidisciplinary and holistic. Of course, outcome-based learning was existing earlier, but what is important, which I will talk about, is multiple entry and exit, horizontal and vertical mobility between vocational education and general education through the mechanism of academic bank of credits. Accreditation of prior learning and credit transfer has been the major issue vis-a-vis the May 2023 National Credit Framework. I will talk about that. Skilling and employability and development of social life skills, employable skills, happiness skills. This has been the major issue, and therefore the NEP provides a formulation of a curriculum framework which stresses on 50% of the discipline and 50% multidiscipline and social and life skills, vocational skills, environmental value and ethics, and Indian culture and values. Technology-enabled learning has been the major issue. I will not stress more on that because hopefully open and distance learning, the entire education system is moving towards that. Technology-enabled learning for teaching, learner support, for administration, management, disability, and continuing professional development. That's what the NEP is talking about. It talks about machine learning, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, Internet of Things, data mining, big data, all these to be brought forward, and social technologies and networks to be brought forward seriously into teaching and learning. Internationalization, cross-border credit transfer is now possible. I will devote a minute or two on that. Quality research with continuing professional development, with the establishment of the National Research Foundation. In fact, technology-enabled learning has now been expedited with the establishment of the Education Technology Forum, with the former chairperson of AICTE, Professor Saraswati, taking over as chairperson of that. And we look forward to working with him on implementation of technology-enabled learning in the country. It's not only higher education, but the entire education system. What is coming up is, interestingly, that I will focus a little more on blended learning, face-to-face, distance, online, flipped. All these are joining together, and therefore the future of education especially higher education, will be blended learning. And therefore, the parity of esteem or the public perception or employer perception of distinction between or equivalency, non-equivalency between face-to-face education and distance education is not existing anymore legally. Otherwise, also one can drag the institution or anybody to the court of law. And this has also happened in Delhi, University of Delhi, and for that matter, vis-a-vis IGNOU. Things are settled, and therefore the mindset has to change. With this, let me, because this is about institutional preparedness for the implementation of NEP 2020, and therefore I will devote on that part rather than talking about NEP 2020 per se. So first thing is that we need to develop an institutional development plan, which is 15 points as per the user's document, and almost all institutions are geared towards that, and therefore as open universities at IGNOU, and I'm sure Professor Katimani sir has also developed that we have developed our institutional development plan for the next 5 years, but based on the 15 points: vision and mission, the institutional profile, the needs assessment for curriculum, pedagogy, funding, financing, collaboration, governance, mentoring. In fact, it talks about a shock analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. And role of the university in contemporary society, which has been emphasized by the NEP 2020. This is a major aspect of the institutional development plan. The future perspectives, the institutional goals, as well as the institutional goal to reach the global community and to the society. Pedagogic approach of the university, the policies, teaching policy, research policy, community service policy, management and governance policy, social responsibility policy, which have to be transparently put in public domain in the university website, which the accrediting and assessment system will take note of in the future. The NEC accreditation system is drastically changing, and when the Higher Education Commission would come up, National Higher Education Commission would come up, then drastically there will be changes. The NEC assessment system is one thing, it is limited, and therefore a whole lot of changes are taking place, and this should come up. So far, so good, but things should also come up. Faculty, teaching, administrative staff, the student body, including alumni, strategic programs and goals, supporting students, retention, completion, dropout, funding and fees, promotion, advocacy, employability, alumni, monitoring and evaluation, the development objective of the institution, the curriculum excellence, and financial stability. Down in the footnotes that hopefully NEP cell in every institution, there will be internal quality assurance committee, and of course HRDCs and teaching learning centers, they are doing their job. My assumption is each institution will establish an education technology unit that will facilitate the joining together of the university administration, teaching and learning, including pedagogy and learner support, as well as the online operations of the university, including alumni engagement and alumni portal. So education technology unit could also facilitate that, which the TLCs, teaching learning centers in some of the universities are doing. Now let's get into multidisciplinary institutions and programs. This is the document which I was part of the committee, which is a committee. The document is available. Multidisciplinary guidelines for multidisciplinary institutions, departments, and programs. The NEP says in future there will be 3 kinds of universities, and therefore as open universities, we have also to join in any of the 3 kinds. Multidisciplinary research universities, multidisciplinary teaching universities, and all colleges, affiliating colleges have to gradually be converted into autonomous colleges. So there should be common departments, all standalone institutions, including NEP is talking about 13,000 institutions, including 10,000 teacher education. When I was chairperson NCTE, almost with an affidavit in the court under the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice Commission, Justice Verma Commission, we were implementing. Almost 6,000 institutions could not upload with a court document that affidavit that they are existing. That simply means not only 6,000 as I have discovered, but also NEP is talking about 10,000 standalone teacher education institutions and 3,000 to 4,000 other institutions that have to convert into multidisciplinary institutions, because single discipline institution is not working anymore. because the students coming out of a single discipline develop a disciplinary blindness and therefore restrict their mental and otherwise their behavioral and attitudinal systems. And therefore, there should be expansion of the horizon of the graduates. Some of the departments that we have suggested are language, literature, philosophy, Indology, art, dance, music, theater, education, especially 48,000 colleges. We have recommended that each college, like the state of Odisha, should have an education department with dual responsibility. One, that they will contribute to multidisciplinarity and pedagogy of other disciplines. Two, that they will be facilitating implementation of National Education Policy 2020, including training and continuing professional development. So therefore, multidisciplinary institutions, departments, and multidisciplinary programs will be coming up. The approach will be academic collaboration with a higher education cluster, for instance. In one city, there are many colleges. The colleges can join in through a memorandum of understanding or an agreement. And the students will be given the leverage and opportunity to take 50% of the credit hours from one institution, which will eventually award the degree or diploma or the certificate, and rest of the 50% the students can take from outside institutions, cluster institutions within the same city, if it is feasible, or through distance learning online, or maybe up to 40% of the credit hours that is allowed today for a student to take from SOEM MOOC online courses. These are accredited, these are recognized, and credit transfer is very much possible. This new formulation is coming up. I will highlight a little more for the benefit of our colleagues who are listening. And this is how it is going to happen in the future. There is no way out. National education policy is under implementation. And by 2024, after the national election, May 2024 or before that, the NEP 2020 should have been implemented fully, and all the states could have joined in that. So academic collaboration could be through clusters. There can be merger also. There is a provision of merger, which is mentioned in our NEP 2020, as more so in our multidisciplinary document of the University Grants Commission. And departments like education should be added to almost all colleges, that is, any universities that is recommended. So standalone institutions like education management, law, engineering, they have to convert into multidisciplinary institutions. The 4-year undergraduate program is under implementation. As I said, the state of Karnataka and state of Madhya Pradesh, the final years graduates are coming out hopefully this year. The University of Delhi has already implemented. The second semester is going on, and 4-year undergraduate program is under implementation, including the Indira Gandhi National Open University, my Open University, which has taken the lead, including my Honorable Vice Chancellor, taking a lead in the country for the implementation of NEP 2020. And almost all the provisions we had at the National Open University, or for that matter, in open and distance learning, which are being brushed up and made much more flexible vis-a-vis the NEP 2020. There is a provision for dual degree programs. Please go through the UGC Regulation 2020 of the twinning programs, dual degree programs, and joint degree programs. This is a regulation which is in place, and one can take one face-to-face program and one program for ODL or online learning simultaneously at the same point of time, or two face-to-face programs from the cluster colleges in the same city, and there is a provision for joint degree programs. The example I can give from my Open University, we have a statutory body approved that a student can take two programs simultaneously. If one is an IGNOU student, one can take two programs from Indira Gandhi National Open University itself, but there should be a gap of 1 semester because of the class in the examination dates. So therefore, after 1 semester, January cycle, the admission one pick up one program, and the second program one can get admitted in the July cycle. We have put 45 academic programs into this basket, which are available nationally in our website. And of course, no simultaneous programs can be taken right now from different regulatory bodies, including AICTE, Medical Council, Pharmaceutical Dental Council, or NCT, National Council for Teacher Education. Of course, PhD is not part of a dual degree program. Now, NAP 2020 talks about cross-border education. I will highlight a few that the common courses of Indology, Indian language, Ayush system of medicine, Yoga Shiksha, arts, music, history, culture, and modern India. They have to be largely part of the cross-border education delivery, whether international students are coming to study in our own country, or our students are going, or our programs are going abroad. Now, there is a provision for establishment of multiple campuses within the country, and Indian campuses in the overseas, and overseas institutions campus in India, where recently the Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated the Gujarat Tech City, which for the first time is implementing the cross-border education delivery, with institutions coming and establishing their campus over here. More than 500 institutions have applied. 100 institutions will be initially allowed to come and establish their campus. Till then, we had the twinning program, the joint degree and direct degree program was not allowed, which will be allowed from this year. And the students can join in. They can have part credits from this country, part credits from outside. 25% of the credit one can take from outside, 75% over here. Or the same is possible for an international or overseas institution. And the institution can directly offer the degree. Until now, they were offering the degree under the twinning programs. So also joint degree program is also very much possible. Not only credit transfer within the country, across, I will show national credit framework within a minute, is possible, but also credit transfer between countries overseas is also very much legally possible. And institutions should gear towards that, and especially open and distance learning is best placed to seize this opportunity. So therefore, top 10, top 100 universities and top 500 from India have been allowed to submit their application, which are under consideration. They can have multiple campuses outside the country, so also within the country. Of course, these institutions that have to be abided by the Foreign Exchange Management Act, the FEMA Act of 1999, so far international money transfer is concerned. Now, let me get into, friends, a very, very crucial issue. This May 2023, we had the final declaration of the National Credit Framework, NCF. I'm not talking about National Curriculum Framework. I'm talking about National Credit Framework. We, let me very briefly tell you the credit framework so far, the way it is going to be implemented, because every teaching and learning has to be every course of study, program of study is to be converted into credits. They have to be expressed in credits. The students' learning has to be expressed, or teachers' teaching has to be expressed in credits. I will show the framework. Till now, we had quite a few frameworks available. 2015, under the Minister of Skilling and Employability, we had the National Skill Qualifications Framework, meaning thereby, starting from the primary, say, for example, a plumber, a plumbing, a primary, secondary, senior secondary, college, university, and PhD in plumbing is very much possible. Vocational education parallel in the school sector is going on. We have now the national, as well as, we don't have a national skill university so far, but the skill universities are already available. The BVOC examination, the Bachelor of Vocational Education by UGC is under implementation, but all these vocational education is standing parallel to general education, which the National Credit Framework once for all has settled. So, number one, that any skill course or program that we'll be offering, they have to conform to the National Skill Qualifications Framework vis-a-vis the sector skill councils. That's point number one. They had 10 levels. Now the National Credit Framework has brought down to 8 levels. Starting from school up to PhD level, 8 levels. I will show that to you, 8 levels. Number two, based on the NSQF, the UGC developed the National Higher Education Qualifications Framework of 10 levels, which have been now reduced to 8 levels. We will discuss about that briefly, which talks about multidisciplinary, multiple entry and exit, dual degree, joint degree programs. And NCF has settled all of these in a framework, and therefore I would request the National Credit Framework should be downloaded and widely circulated, and therefore one gets acquainted, because this is the only framework which all professional education, including engineering, medical, information technology management, pharmaceutical, general education, UGC, everybody has to be abided by one framework in the country, which will facilitate creation of credits, recognition of credits, transfer of credits within the country and between countries. These are internationally competitive. Let me proceed a little further by simply saying that three kinds of learning have been recognized by the National Credit Framework, and therefore our program of study has to recognize or has to categorically specify three kinds of learning. Earlier, our learning was more academic, and therefore credits were expressed in terms of academic learning. Now it has added number two, the skilling and the vocational education credits, and number three, experiential learning, meaning thereby, and I will show you the formulation very briefly, meaning thereby that if somebody who is implementing something through a project or a portfolio or through an attachment or through apprenticeship or through I'm forgetting that, but then internship, then all these have to be also considered as experiential learning. The second part of experiential learning is that somebody who is working in the hospitality sector would like to do an MBA hospitality, for instance, there will be a national test. If that person is passing, say 15 credits or 20 credits of one's own experience already gained on the job, and that 20% or 20 credits will be exempted from the MBA hospitality that one will be doing. This provision is legal, and this has been implemented in the country, which the open and distance learning, especially was following earlier, but now this has become national. Therefore, friends, there will be 8 levels. Up to 4 levels of the school education, and a 4-year undergraduate program, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6. The MTech, BTech, B.Pharma, and all kinds of things. There'll be 1-year master's degree, but at the postgraduate level, there are 3 levels: 3, 6, 6.5, and 7. And PhD, of course, is level 8. What would happen that up to grade 5? That 800 hours or 1,000 hours per year of study will be there. Grade 6 onwards, there will be 1,200 hours. And each year, there will be 40 credits across the board, all over the country, all programs finally settled, 40 credits a year. That would simply mean 1 credit is 30 hours. One can take more than 1,200 hours in a year in, for instance, a dual degree. I can take 2,480 credits a year for 2 degree programs that I'll be doing. But for calculation sake, there is a formulation now settled once for all. If a theory of 1 hour will be equivalent to a practical of 2 hours, and experiential learning of 3 hours. So experiential learning 3 hours is equivalent to 1 hour theory, 2 hours of practical equivalent to 1 hour theory. That's the formulation once for all settled. And we have to follow the National Credit Framework. Sorry. This is how the credit framework is finally settled to be converted into credit point earned credit points. So levels will be 4.5 undergraduate first year, level 2 second year 5 level, third year 5.5, fourth year 6. Postgraduate 6.5, MTech, MSc Engineering 7, and PhD level 8. And of course, 40 credits a year is constant, and therefore the credit point earned will gradually change because multiplied by the credit level. So therefore, what is coming up that the National Higher Education Qualifications Framework, which now comes under the National Credit Framework, there will be 8 levels. Level 4.5 first year. If one completes the first year, would like to get back to a job, then one can be given an undergraduate certificate for the first year completion of 40 credits, and one has to do 4 credits more to get into a world of work. One can come back after a few years to complete the second year of the undergraduate and take a diploma of 40 credits more and go back to the work. Come back again to complete the 40 credits more for the third year, get a bachelor's degree, you could call it a bachelor's honors, and one could still go back and come back to complete the 4th year of undergraduate, which is a bachelor's degree with research, because undergraduate is dominated by exclusively research and apprenticeship or internship. So 4-year undergraduate program, 160 credits, and one can still continue after 4 years of undergraduate. If one secures 75% mark, one can directly get into PhD, or one can get into a 1-year master's program. These things are coming up. And of course, PhD is 3 to 6 years. That is level 8. Now, therefore, the 4-year undergraduate program, which the UGC has finally come up, which we need to implement, the University of Delhi has started implementing. The 3-year undergraduate program is 120 credits, and 4-year undergraduate program is 160, because 40 credits a year. The discipline measure will be 50% of the credits. The rest of the 50% will be spread over the whole lot of multidisciplinary other disciplines, skill-based courses, value-added courses, research and summer internship, skill enhancement courses, environment and ethics, and so on and so forth. Till today, we had 100% from our own discipline. Now the formulation is 50-50, 50% from the discipline, 50% from other disciplines. Therefore, every discipline program has to become multidisciplinary. Of course, the institutions are autonomous to decide how to proceed about this, especially the professional programs. This is a formulation for the undergraduate UGC program that has come up with 160 credits. The University of Delhi has gone ahead with 176 credits, much more than what the UGC has prescribed, and the second semester is going on. To conclude the point of national credit framework, which we all in the country, all kinds of institutions, professional and vocational, then need to apply, is this that is in front of you, friends. Credits, 1 credit is 30 hours. In the first system, 15 hours of classroom teaching and 15 hours of student activities, including seminars, workshops, their projects, their internships, and so on and so forth. In open distance learning, one credit is 30 hours, which was still existing and which continues for everybody. Now 1 credit is 30 hours, 40 credits a year. If one is giving a certificate program, it has to be a 40 credits a year. A certificate program is a 1-year program now. A diploma program is a 2 years program, including a postgraduate diploma. And an undergraduate program is 4 years program, and the master's is 1 year. We are moving towards that. As I said earlier, a 1 hour of teaching will be 2 hours of practicum and 3 hours of experiential learning or on-the-job training. The point here is that all the institutions, they need to register in the National Academic Bank of Credits. We at IGNOU, we have done this, many institutions have done this. Almost 32 lakh students have registered all over the country, including 22 lakhs from IGNOU. Almost over 5 to 6 lakhs of students' credentials are uploaded into Academic Bank of Credits. All institutions should register in the Academic Bank of Credits, including all open universities and dual distance learning institutions in the country. And all the students, current students, they need to register in the Academic Bank of Credits, and they get a register's number. And whatever credits they accumulate, that will be deposited in the Academic Bank of Credits, and one can redeem that based on one's own choice. Any institutions which has given 50% of the credits will be entitled to award the degree, certificate, or the diploma. The rest 50% that student can take from anywhere, including SOIM, online, from open universities, and deposit in the Academic Bank of Credits. The student will decide what kind of combination of credits that the student will lead towards what kind of certificate and diploma. And therefore, once it is in Academic Bank of Credits, credit recognition and credit transfer will be possible. And as I said, any institutions which is giving 50% of the credits will be entitled to award the certificate, diploma, or the degree. And this provision of accumulation of credit in the Academic Bank of Credits will be valid for 7 years for the time being. Within 7 years, the student has to utilize, redeem those credits towards a certificate, diploma, or degree. So therefore, these 7 years might increase in the future. For the time being, it is 7 years. So I would urge upon all institutions and students get admitted into the Academic Bank of Credits. So therefore, our credit transfer will be legally possible. It will be easy. It will be smooth. Now about multidisciplinary programs and curriculum, 1 or 2 minutes more on this. that flexible curriculum structure, which is talking about STEAM instead of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It was earlier there. Now, a liberal arts education will become compulsory in all professional education, in STEM education. Therefore, it will be called STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So art education or liberal arts education will become compulsory. That whenever we develop skill-based courses are compulsory in our curriculum. That I showed you the 4-year undergraduate program, that the skill-based courses, vocational courses will be developed in collaboration, compulsorily in collaboration with the experts from the industry. So there will be industry-academia linkage vis-a-vis the professors of practice that the University Grants Commission has already declared, and quite a few institutions, universities have appointed, including University of Delhi, the professors of practice. They may not have a PhD, but they have experience in industry. They are equivalent to professors, full-time, permanent. They will take care of the vocational and skill-based courses. And all skill-based courses need to be equivalent to the National Skill Qualifications Framework. There will be multiple entry and exit, as I described, in a 4-year undergraduate program. There will be courses of credits on community and engagement and service, including environment and value-based education, research and internship, which will be dominating in the 4th year, Indian language, culture, and art. There will be skill courses, and therefore the entire curriculum will become multidisciplinary and holistic. I will also submit vis-a-vis the national education policy that which says the entire higher education will be blended in the future. There will be 3 kinds of delivery strategies. One, Swadhyay, self-learning, which will be self-learning materials, digital resources, open education resources, including textbooks. Some credits have to be given to self-learning, which is not happening today. Of course, distance learning is largely based on self-learning, but the entire higher education that they have to give certain credits to self-learning with mentoring support and guidance provided by the professors. Face-to-face tutorial discussion, seminar, hands-on apprenticeship, internship, and especially vocational courses and skill-based courses have to have face-to-face compulsory internship, even if one is teaching at a distance. So therefore, distance learning, which largely self-learning, will have also skill-based courses face-to-face. And the third component, some of the credits and student activities can be given to that, allocated to that, which is online collaboration, discussion forum, project-based learning, problem-based learning, portfolio-based learning, assignments, group assignments, individual assignments online, and online collaboration and interaction. So 3 kinds of delivery strategies will become, an institution will decide how many credits or percentage weightage to be given to what aspect. That the institution is at liberty to decide. So self-learning, face-to-face, and online, these 3 need to be combined in the future. Therefore, tomorrow, no degree will become either exclusive face-to-face or exclusive online or exclusive distance. All degrees will become blended. That's what is coming up. Even today, 40% of credit hours a student can take from SWAYAM. So therefore, if a student decides to take 40%, only 60% will be taught by the university, and 40% MOOC courses will be taken from SWAYAM. So even that degree is 40% online and 60% face-to-face even today. So even today, the degree is blended. So therefore, open and distance learning will be in a major advantageous position in this formulation, because they can offer their degrees, they can offer courses to others. There will be, friends, in future course-wise registration in the academic bank of credits. So our open university and distance learning online courses can be taken by a face-to-face student who is studying in University of Delhi, can take up a course from Odisha State Open University and pay fees over there and get credits, clear examination. Those credits will be transferred to University of Delhi vis-a-vis through the mechanism of academic bank of credits. This is legal. Nobody can challenge this in the court of law. And therefore, this needs to be implemented. And we in distance education need to seize the opportunity to significantly contribute to this and get profited by this also, insofar as our funding and our economic status is concerned. Curriculum will be divided into 3 parts: theory, practicum, and internship. And as per NAC assessment in future also, that we have to very categorically provide evidence for content, interaction, activities, and assessment. Content will be expressed in terms of student learning outcomes, and interaction and collaboration, and student activities to achieve those learning outcomes. And the assessment rubric has to be expanded, diversified to a considerable extent, which the UGC new document on assessment and examination is talking about. One should also get a copy of that. Diversified assessment strategies to achieve the learning outcomes. And all of these will be expressed in terms of one within quote called credits. A credit is an achievement of student learning outcome at certain level of standard as defined by the National Credit Framework. Thus, the equivalency that we are talking about within the country in credit transfer is also between countries. And this National Credit Framework is internationally competitive. Of course, a curriculum design has to be graduate attributes, which UGC has already defined, learning outcomes, existing learning experiences, including on-the-job training, which credit recognition of prior learning will be given to this. In terms of experience learning, 3 hours of experience equivalent to 1 hour of theory and 2 hours of practicum that we have already discussed. Our all face-to-face distance online, they have to be modular, credit-based. There will be mapping of the courses. There will be mediated teaching because 3 kinds of delivery, self-learning, face-to-face, online, they have to be combined together, authentic tasks and authentic assessment. This is formulation that is coming up. And the holistic NEP is talking about this to be holistic simply because the discipline skills, which will be now 50%, the rest of the 50% will be employability skills, social and life skills and happiness skills, self-regulated learning skills, digital literacy, and learning to learn skills. In a way, the NEP is talking about 21st century skills, which need to be either through different kinds of courses or modules or through student activities like communication skills, independent learning skills, critical thinking, problem solving, ethical skills, leadership skills, digital literacy, knowledge management skills, happiness skills, and self-directed or self-regulated learning skills. In fact, NEP is talking about the self-directed learning, self-regulated learning, and self-learning swadhyay and research skills that need to be developed at the school stage. And therefore, those who pass out of the school, they will be competent enough to take forward the new formulation of higher education that NEP is talking about. It talks about the use of large-scale open education resources. Of course, the SOIM courses are not open education resource so far. They are free of cost, easily available, but they could be declared under the Creative Commons, which is the legal international platform to declare any resource or intellectual property as open education resource. So Creative Commons, our copyright is C, and copyright free is CC, Creative Commons, which is an international legal authority clearinghouse to declare as open education resources. That simply means one thing I must clarify over your friends, that anything that is available on the internet is a dissemination platform. Anything that is available on the internet, even a single sentence, single diagram, we should not pick up because everything is copyrighted. That will violate the copyright policy, especially in distance learning. We must be very careful because that will be a criminal offense that will be liable for legal prosecution. So therefore, we have to be very careful unless they have been declared under Creative Commons as open educational resources. So therefore, we can retain the ownership, we can reuse, we can revise, we can remix with other materials. And the NEP says that we have to get into open educational resources, whole lot of resources we can use from outside, which are legally declared as open. We right now have the SOIM platform, which is the massive open online course. It's a 4-quadrant. One quadrant is digital units. Resources. Second is video lectures. The third is discussion forum. And fourth is the assignment, computer marked and tutor marked assignments. In IGNOU, 193 courses we have contributed to SOIM. 126 courses of ours have been adopted by institutions like IIM, Bangalore, Central University of Hyderabad, Central University of Pondicherry, Tezpur Central University. Till January 2023, 13.5 lakh students, till July 22, 2.5 lakh registered students that have been into the SOIM of courses of ours. And therefore, the SOIM platform, more than 3,000 courses that are available, the institutions, including the open universities, can take up courses from the SOIM and recognize those courses so that the students can take courses from SOIM. The credit will be transferred by the Open University, and put together, they will be able to award the certificate, diploma, degree. And we are in a better position as Open University to seize this opportunity and to utilize this SOIM platform. Various media tools are available free of cost that I have listed over here. Tools for finding content like Google, Wikipedia, YouTube, Merlot. Merlot is a very powerful platform. I sit in the editorial and advisory board of Merlot, which is a very powerful American organization of open education resources. Updating of content through Google Elite is possible. Tools for creating PowerPoint, window, movie maker, Audacity, and tools for sharing content to learning management system, including a Moodle learning management system. I will request, I'm pretty sure it will be existing. The Moodle platform at the Odisha State Open University can be strengthened further with the combination of these media tools that are available that I have listed over here. Building networks like blog, Facebook, Twitter, we should use very powerful, combine these to our teaching and learning as we have done at IGNOU. The communications tools like Skype, Adobe Connect, email, we are right now using Skype, for instance, or Google Groups, or Microsoft Meet, or whatever possible. We need to seriously consider, especially as distance learning and Open University, three kinds of interaction we need to combine in our courses: student content interaction, student teacher interaction, and student interaction, which can be possible through synchronous and asynchronous free technologies that are available to us. Synchronous, we are right now synchronous, we are different places, but we are at the same point of time. Asynchronous, we will be at different places at different point of time, like sending an email, responding to that is asynchronous, and right now conferencing is going on, which is synchronous. What I've listed over here, the student content can be synchronous, asynchronous, student-teacher interaction can be synchronous, asynchronous, and student-student interaction could be synchronous, asynchronous. We need to consider not only we as Open University, but also face-to-face university, which is teaching face-to-face, but which could also provide a flipped classroom, combine these technologies free of cost in their teaching and learning. Assessment that the NEP is talking about, so far we have been doing summative assessment, which is called assessment of learning. It is talking about a 50-50 formulation. That 50% of assessment should move towards assessment for learning, which is formative assessment, and it gives more stress on the third category, which we are not doing so far, is assessment as learning. That would simply mean that while the student is going through that learning of that task, the teacher is able to assess. The best example is a portfolio, and therefore NEP 2020 tells categorically, rather underlines, that the portfolio-based teaching and learning should be compulsory at all levels of education in the country. That will contribute to assessment as learning. While the student is doing portfolio, the teacher is also assessing that student. Digital competency that I have listed here, from the basic digital skills to very interactive didactic ICT competency to addressing individualized learning strategies of the students. That competency, that is a high level, that competency we need to acquire as teachers in higher education, because students would require individualized learner support, individualized learning and individualized learner support. That's the highest level of digital competency that we teachers need to have, these three kinds of competencies. Further, if we go a step ahead, information and data literacy competency, digital resource design development competency, problem solving with the help of technology competency, communication and collaboration competency, and digital safety and ethics competency we need to develop. Finally, to conclude my lecture, friends, I will submit to you, this is our national platform of the 15 lakh college university teachers training. Left-hand side, that in yellow that you see is the Samat platform, the national Samat platform, through our regional centers, including the regional center in Bhubaneswar, IGNOU regional center. Admission is going on. The program is offered in the SOIM platform, SOIM, not the open platform, vertical 1, SOIM vertical 2, which has been created for us, which is password protected, which we are using. The URLs, links are given over here, and all the videos almost 60 plus videos contributed nationally on various aspects of national education policy implementation are available in COE Live. COE means Center for Online Education. COE Live, they are available free of cost. And given below right hand side, my Vice Chancellor, COE Director, and myself, this is the first inauguration of this program in the country, which is now on the 14th page. What you see on your screen is the second program that the government has given us to train the administrators in the country. They call it Vice Chancellors, Registrars, Principals, up to the Panchayat level and diets. And this program is going on. We are into the third batch. This is a 1 month program. This is the home screen of the program. I'm again the national coordinator along with my colleague, Dr. Maithili and Dr. Gloria Kajur. We are offering this program. This is the third batch. The fourth batch will start anytime in June, mid-June, or first week of July. And our 14th batch of the national program, the 14th batch will start this Monday, 12th. I'm still working from here also to upload the 14th batch, and that will start from. And I will encourage all colleagues, teachers, they should join in this national program, which is admission is taking place from the Samarth platform. Now, these are the resources available, as I said, in Hindi and English, developed by national experts in the country. And videos are contributed by Dr. Kastur Rangan, who is the chairman, by Vice Chancellor, Professor Kattimani Garu. He has contributed a video to this also our program. Thank you very much, sir. Padma Shri, Professor J.S. Rajput, who is a member of the National Committee of NEP, has also contributed. Director, NCERT, Secretary General AIU, former chairperson of AICTE, Professor Sasrabuddhe, former chairperson of NAC, Professor Patwardhan, former Professor Furkan, former Secretary General AIU, Professor Kapil Kapoor, and Professor Pandey, who is Director of National NCERT. They have all contributed significantly, including my Vice Chancellor, NEPA Vice Chancellor, and many others that contributed. These natural resources available free of cost. You should seize the opportunity to get into this. So thank you very much, friends. Once again, I take this opportunity. I took a little more time. I'm very sorry for that. But once again, I take this opportunity to very sincerely thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor and the team of the Odisha State Open University, Professor Arkur Kumar Das Mahapatra, who is doing very well with his team and taking the university to new heights. With this foundation, we look forward to the 6th convocation of the university very soon in the future. And the new campus, the university should be in the new campus with colleagues teaching and non-teaching coming up with the state government support, and a new dynamism with the implementation of NEP 2020 and almost 25 new professional programs that are coming up. And all our best wishes and all our commitment for the development of the Odisha State Open University, including Dr. Pujariji, Registrar, and Sri Sarangaji, the Controller of the Finance. All best wishes, and thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Beautiful presentation, sir. In simple words, you have beautifully explained the National Education Policy 2020 with focus on regional and local languages, multidisciplinarity, outcome-based learning, cross-border credit transfer, employability, national credit framework, and many more. You have excellently put forth the 15 points on institutional development plans and the design of flexible programs, media tools, and alike. Thank you so much, Professor Pandey, sir, for excellent deliberation. It is a matter of sheer pride and privilege to have your presence amidst us on this platform. Your kind presence certainly enhances the beauty of this event by thousandfold. Thank you so much, sir. We have now reached the concluding part of the event. I thank all of you for your kind presence and cooperation. I would now invite Nalini Ranjan Sarangi, esteemed Controller of Finance, to present the formal vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Thank you, Rita ma'am. Good morning, everyone present on the occasion. On behalf of State Open University, I would like to thank our esteemed chief guest, Professor T.V. Katimani, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh, and former Vice Chancellor, IGNTU, Amarkantak, for taking out of his precious time and grace the occasion with his presence. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend my gratitude to our guest of honor, Professor Santosh Panda, former Chairman NCTE New Delhi and Director Stride IGNOU, for sharing his valuable thoughts and knowledge with us today, especially regarding implementation of NEP 2020. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend my gratitude to Professor A.K. Das Mahapatra, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Odisha State Open University, presided over the occasion. Thank you, sir. I also extend my thanks to all the dignitaries of Higher Education Department, Government of Odisha, and Ministry of Education, Government of India, for their relentless support to State Open University over the years. I would like to thank Registrar Professor Manas Ranjan Pujari, all members of Board of Management, Planning Board, Academic Council, Finance Committee, all principals, counselors, and coordinators of study centers, our stakeholders and learners present on the occasion. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my thanks to all the esteemed Vice Chancellor, registrars, Controller of Finance of State University, and Head of Department from various institutions, including members of NAC, UGC, NDMA, OSDMA, IGNOU, AIU, and print and electronics media members, and all other dignitaries, including all the staff of Odisha State Open University with all regional center staff, for making the event a grand success. Thank you all once again. Have a good day. Vande Utkal Janani. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I'll request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to declare the 8th Foundation Day closed.
So thank you, Rita. Thanks to every one of you, including Professor Panda, for taking out the time. Special thanks to Professor Katimani also, and everyone, the viewers who attended directly or indirectly. So now I declare that the 8th Foundation Day celebration of Odisha State Open University is closed.
Thank you, sir.